Very good morning. Welcome to my class, server utilization. This is under model number 2. This is a statistical models and simulation. Before going to this topic, we need to understand what is server utilization. Server utilization is nothing but the server is busy. So any customers, whatever the process we need to proceed, we need to understand what is this, how, when a server is going to be idle and when is a server is going to be busy. So before going to proceed anything, we need to understand the server is busy or not. If it is busy, then we have to wait in a waiting line. Otherwise, because this is randomly that is a randomly distributed one, so eventually the service will be giving to all the customers. And server utilization, here in the definition they have given a population of time server is busy. So this is denoted by small p, and it is defined over a specified in time interval 0 and 1. So that is a time interval 0, 1. This is the range of the server utilization. And long runtime utilization, this is denoted by capital P. And we can apply this server utilization to long runtime server utilization. So this is how P implies P as T implies infinity. So server utilization in GGC infinity queues. So considering a queuing system with a similar servers in parallel, either normally servers will be either in a single server, multiple server, or number of servers randomly. If arriving customer find more than one server idle, the customer chooses server without favoring any particular server. Because more than one server is idle, then the customer have to find out the arriving time. So the average number of servers LS is given by LS is equal to arrival rate divided by service time, and the condition is 0 less than or equal to LS less than or equal to C. So whenever we are going to consider a similar servers which is either in parallel, then we can considering this condition. And this is the condition we are using. P is equal to LS by C is equal to arrival time divided by service time. So 0 to 1. So the utilization P can be interpreted as a proportion of time an arbitrary server is busy in the long run. So long run in the sense, if for example the customers who is waiting long time in a waiting line for the server to get serviced, then we can use this formula. So now we will see the steady state behavior of infinite population Markovian models. See, normally in all the in calling population, we have either a finite or infinite one. So the arrivals are assumed to follow a Poisson process with rate lambda arrivals per unit time. Here it is exponentially distributed, so the server is giving service to the servers who is waiting in a waiting line randomly with mean 1 by lambda. So these may be exponentially distributed or it may be arbitrary one, and we can call this it as a Markovian model. And whatever the things, everything will depend upon the queuing discipline or queue behavior. It's like, it's nothing but, for example, if for example the customer is coming to the bank or to the hospital, anything, he is going to get serviced from the server. At the same time, he is having work with some other works simultaneously. So depend upon the queue discipline and queue behavior. Suppose the customer may leave the line and he may be in the slow line. He may waiting in a waiting line for a long time. So they have considered the concept of first in first out basis, and priority will be giving to the FIFO concept, because the exponentially distributed assumptions on the arrival process will be taken place over here. And these concept, we can call it as a Markovian model. The steady state parameter, the time average number of customers in the system, can be computed as L is equal to summation n into Pn. So this is the steady state behavior of infinite population Markovian models, where Pn or the steady state probability of finding n customers in the system. These can be computed from the little equation like arrival rate by using the arrival rate and service rate per server, single server queue. W is equal to L by lambda WQ, W minus 1 by mu, LQ is equal to lambda WQ. So Poisson arrivals an unlimited capacity. So if for a long run or any average number of calculations will be there and service time will become a long process, then if there is a system capacity or we need to find out the unlimited capacity where in the Poisson arrivals. Suppose the service times have mean 1 by mu and variance sigma square, and there is one server. If P is equal to arrival time divided by service time, which is less than 1, then we can use this mg1q as a steady state probability distribution with the steady state characteristics. The quantity P is equal to lambda by mu. This is the server utilization or long run proportion of time the server is busy. So whenever the server is busy, if we need to go for a server utilization or long run proportion, then we can go for P is equal to lambda by mu. So this is the notation which is for a description. Whatever the notation, whatever the description we need, we have to find the arrival time and the service time. In queuing notation also we have already saw that if customer is coming, that is inter arrival time, for example 100, and if he is getting a service from the server which is 50, then two things if you add and you will be getting a sum up result, that is the outcome. So now we will see if there is a server utilization, then P is equal to lambda by mu, and lambda is the arrival rate and mu is the service rate. And if it is L is a long runtime average number of customers in the system, then we can go for L is equal to P plus P square of 1 plus sigma square mu square divided by 2 into 1 minus P. If you are going for a long runtime average, then we can use this formula. And long runtime average spent in a system per customer, then we can use W is equal to 1 by mu plus lambda of 1 by mu square plus sigma square divided by 2 into 1 minus P. So now WQ is a long run average time spent in the queue per customer, then we can go for WQ is equal to lambda of 1 by mu square plus sigma square divided by 2 into 1 minus P. We are using only three parameters over here. One is lambda, another one is mu, and another one is P. So by using these three parameters, we can find out whether it is a service time or inter-arrival time or long run proportion. Everything we can find out. And P naught is equal to 1 minus P. It is a steady state probability of customers in the system. Now we will see the networks of queue. Many systems are naturally modeled as networks of a single queue in which a customer departing from one queue may be routed to another. For example, this is why we are using this networks of queue, because we need to find out the restricted information, like how many the maximum size, otherwise minimum size, the unlimited capacity, how much it is applicable to whom. So the following results assume a stable system with an infinite calling population and no limit on the system capacity. For example, if the customer is arriving and departing from one queue to another, like he is coming for one service and simultaneously he may go for some other service, then there is a queuing behavior and queuing discipline that too depend upon the network capacity. Provided that no customers are created or destroyed in the queue, then departure rate of a queue is same as arrival rate into the queue over a long run. So if you want to go for a long run, you can use this formula. L is equal to P plus P square of 1 plus sigma square mu square divided by 2 into 1 minus P. So if you want to go for a long run, you can use that formula. If customers arrive to queue at rate lambda I in fraction 0 to 1, they are routed to queue upon departure, then the arrival rate from Q to Qj is over a long run. So, and if you want to find out the customers arrive from outside the network, then overall arrival rate into Q, the sum of arrival rate from all source we can find out. So this is the formulas to find out the restricted capacity of the system. Lambda j is equal to aj plus summation lambda and pij. And if Q has parallel servers, we already know that there is either it may be a single server, number of servers and parallel servers. So if Q each working at a rate mu, then long run utilization of each servers is required for Q to be stable. Then afterwards arrivals from outside the network from employees and process with rate A, and it is the same services delivering to all the customers, whether it is in a steady state or in a arrival rate service times. So based on the queuing behavior and queue discipline, they will get a service from the servers. And lambda j is equal to aj plus summation aij lambda pij. So this is the formula to find out the working rate. Thank you.